Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Purls and Pyrs podcast. I am your host, Nina, otherwise known as Ine, on Instagram, Pinterest, Ravelry, all the social medias. And for returning viewers, welcome back. And for new viewers, thank you so much for checking me out. If you like this podcast, feel free to tell others. I would love to get back to having more subscribers and just more people that watch regularly. So at one point I had like 3,000 subscribers. I have 1,200 now, but I also have been doing this podcast for almost 10 years at this point. I did rename it this year, but I did it previously as This Old Knit for quite a while. And yeah, I'd love to have more people watch it again. So anyway, this week I have one finished object to share, several whips to share, and kind of sort of acquisitions. I won a prize, so I was going to share that with you as well, because I might actually cast this on relatively soon, because I think they'd make fun summer socks. I have a little bit of a weird lighting situation. I'm not sure which way to go with it. Let's see, what if I do that? But I also don't want to get the boxes in the background because I have some shipping boxes over there, but that is a little bit better in terms of lighting. It's really hot here today. We have a heat advisory here in Connecticut. I think a lot of the US actually has a heat advisory, and it's just been kind of moving across from the Midwest to the East Coast. So now it's on the East Coast, and we are enjoying a week of very hot temperatures. So in the low triple digits or high double digits for Fahrenheit. I think like around 40 degrees Celsius. So like 100... 30 divided by 2, no, somewhere around like 35, so high 30s Celsius. But I do know also that Canada is having very high temperatures, because the ladies from the Distant Stitches podcast were talking about it on their most recent episode, so it's just kind of everywhere. So yeah, I have the blinds open right now, but I'm trying to keep them down to keep as much heat out of the house as possible. And I don't think the air conditioning has actually kicked on yet today. So that's good. So anyway, for this week, my one finished object is my Regia socks. So I showed these on the last episode, and I had cast on the second sock, and I think I was up to the heel flap, maybe. I don't know. The second one really flew off the needles. They've got a lot of fur on them. They've been sitting on the armrest of my couch, but yeah, I want to like be able to put them away or wear them. Hasn't been much of a sock weather at this point, but these are from Regia Perfect. It's a kind of yarn where like it's got, what's it called, like guide or leader thread, and it shows you exactly where to begin, and then you unravel or you roll off the rest of the ball until you get to the yellow indicator yarn, and then you take away the yellow yarn and go to the first color and start your second sock, and you'll end up with two essentially matching perfectly socks. So these are I think it's neons is the color. I think it should just be called rainbow because it's rainbow colors. So red, orange, yellow, green, and then a light blue and a dark blue. I wish it had purple in it, but it doesn't. But that's fine. So yeah, they are basically identical. I'm glad that I finished them. I got to finish them in June, which is Pride Month in the US. So yay! Got some rainbows for Pride Month. I might cast on some Geektastic Fibers socks. I do have a couple of their other Pride colorways wound up. I want to get the rest of them at Indie Untangled this year, because I only bought, I think I bought 3 of them last year, but I would like to have all of them. So I knit up the non-binary Pride, And then I have the Women Loving Women colorway, and I've got the Progress colorway, which is kind of all the colors of the Progress pride flag. But I would love to own the other ones as well. And then I got the red, white, and royal blue colorway, which is called History, huh? And I have that one wound up to start as well. So I could just cast on either one of, really any of those three. I think I have them all caked up and ready to go. Ooh, I do have something else to show. Shoot. Okay. Let me pause. I'm going to go get that and I'll be right back. Okay. Got everything now. All right. So that is my only finished object for this week. Then things I'm working on. I'm still working on my test knit. I washed and blocked it though. So as I showed last time, I had finished the neckline. I did wash and block it. So it looks better, less wrinkly, although it's a little wrinkly because I've been knitting on it now. So I've kind of scrunched it up a little bit with my fingers, but the lace opened up very nicely. And it's a really good length now. So I'm picked up and knitting the first armhole. I picked up significantly fewer stitches than what Sam had called for in the pattern. People have kind of varied on that. She said to pick up one for every single vertical row that you did. But I tend to find that the armhole size on many sweaters is too big. So I think, and I've mentioned this before on the podcast, I think this part of me is maybe significantly shorter than other people's, or it's that I'm making a larger size to accommodate my bust, and people tend to assume that like you enlarge everything, but I'm quite petite. I'm only 5'4", and my, like shoulder to the base of my armpit is really short. So I tend to shorten sweaters when you separate for sleeves. I do it sooner than the patterns often call for. I've had to make those modifications, like on my sea glass tee. I took out like 12 rows that they asked to add on to here. So I think that what I did is going to be good. You can see like the armhole side is still significantly longer than this one. So kind of here's where it's separated, and here's where it's going to be on this one. Now, this is a tank top versus this one is short sleeves. So, it's going down to a different point. So it's more like this, like a t-shirt, versus a tank top would be if you took off the sleeves on like a jersey. So I do think it does need to be bigger, but I did all of the underarm stitches, and then I just picked up two out of every three all the way around. So I think my size called for 140 and I picked up 96. So it's pretty different. However, I tried it on and it's really good, and there's still like plenty of room at the bottom. So I'm going to try this one and seam it. And if this works, I'm going to do the second one exactly the same way. If it doesn't work, this isn't that much knitting. It's only about like 30 minutes worth of knitting. So I'll just rip it out and redo it and pick up more stitches, but I think it's going to be fine. So the pattern is the Seagrass Tank. It will be coming out like I don't know, our test knits due the first week of July, so I'm not sure when the actual pattern will come out after that, but I'm guessing probably like the second week of July or so. I knit mine out of Plies and Hellhounds on the Isaac base, and this colorway is called Dear Thisbe. I think she may have renamed the Isaac base, I'm not sure. This one's 100% superwash Polworth. And it's really nice. So yeah, it's nice and drapey and flowy. It's kind of a nice buttery yellow. Yeah, I'm really excited to have it almost done. I just need to do those armholes. I always procrastinate on like the little finishing bits. I don't know what it is, but when I get down to like the end of something, I'm just like, look, I don't want to do it. I don't know, I'm weird like that. And then the second thing I did is I picked up the sweater for Josh. This is the So Basic sweater by Maxim Sear. I am knitting it out of Cece's wool in the, I think, honeybee colorway. It's like a very rich golden honey color. I'm alternating skeins, and this is just a basic top-down raglan. The one difference is you do this very slight ribbing on the sleeve. Yes, this is a sleeve. It's like the size of my head. And I'm not even done increasing. But it is a 7x1 rib on the sleeves. And then the, body is plain. So this is on a 45-inch cable, but it's still pretty scrunched up. I should probably switch to the 60-inch cable now. I'm doing a, I think, 59.5-inch chest. I think it's the size XL, pretty sure. So I'm almost done with the increases, and then I will have to have him try it on and see if we want to do a little bit of like working straight before I separate for the sleeves, because I do think the opposite of me, he has a very long upper part of the torso here, so he may need some extra drop there before we separate for sleeves. So anyway, I might just throw it on the 60-inch cable anyway, because I haven't had him try it on in a little bit. The last time that I was working on it, I think it was like right in here or something. I've knit quite a bit on it, so I'm really happy with it and how it's coming out. I think it'll be much better when I get the sleeves separated off, but I think I might actually work one, if not two, of the sleeves, because I think that this is going to be a big old piece of knitting, and so like twisting it a lot to do the sleeves is going to be really hard because it's just a lot of stuff to move, and it'll be easier to flip it around when it's smaller. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Like, I could fit a couple of me here. This would definitely be sleeve separated if it were mine. But yeah, it's nice. It's a very basic mindless pattern. That's why it's called the So Basic Raglan. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've got dog fur in my nose. I probably do, because there's dog fur all over this. They are shedding everywhere. It is shed season. They're both blowing their coats. Like, you can go up to them and just like pluck off giant pieces of fur. I brush them multiple times a day, and it's just like exploding off of them as you brush them. So we've gotten a couple of bags, like grocery bags, brown paper bags full of fur off of them. I had one of them sitting on the counter, and we went to, I think, Meg's graduation, and when we came back, I looked on the craft room couch, and Hubble had got into one of those bags of fur and just like torn it up, and so there were just like tufts of fur all over the couch, and I was like, oh my god, I thought they got into a huge fight, and I was looking for the blood. They don't fight like that. They just play with each other. They don't ever get rough at all. So I was shocked, and I was like, oh my god, what happened? And then I saw like the pieces of ripped up bag, and I was like, oh, Hubble just got the bag full of fur and ripped it up and put it everywhere. So anyway, I just put it out in the compost, and it was fine. But I had a definite freak out moment where I thought somebody got hurt or somebody ripped up somebody else. So anyway, that is the So Basic Raglan. I also lost my pattern copy to this. I didn't know where I put it. I didn't put it in the bag, and I had marked on there what size I was knitting, and I hadn't written it down anywhere. So then when I went to pick it back up, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what size I'm knitting. I'm going to have to go back and count how many stitches that I cast on. I reprinted the pattern and I was all ready to go. And then I found it in a bag. I think it was in the bag with my doodle cowl randomly. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think I would have thrown it away, but it was really annoying that I couldn't find it anywhere. All right, so that is whip number 2. And then whip number 3, it's not this one, I don't think. I don't know if I've shown that though. Okay, yeah, I did finish my Because Pumpkin Spice colorway socks. So these are Flies and Hellhounds on the Marie Cutie base. And this colorway is called Because Pumpkin Spice. I cast on for the second sock. I think it's a mustache. I think this is what I haven't shown. It's not very much, but I like to at least get the second sock started so I can pick them up. Oddly, I was talking about this with my friend Jen, like this year I have made more socks than I have anything else, which is weird because I don't consider myself a sock knitter anymore. However, we all wear hand knit socks, and whenever I don't know what to knit on or work on, I cast on or work on socks. And I had a bunch of socks that were like one was done or one was partway done. So yeah, I've just been finishing a lot of socks, which is fine. I need more socks, but it's just weird. I think I also, for a while there, had all of my sweaters were very patterned, or I needed a chart or something like that. And so I wasn't picking them up because, I don't know, that was just off-putting. I never wanted to work on them because I needed mindless stuff to work on at the times when I wanted to pick up something and knit. So I ended up picking up socks instead. Sorry, this one is in the middle of a row because I was knitting on it. I went to go get blood work this morning. Just annual, checking normal stuff, blood work, not anything to worry about. But I happen to have time today in my work schedule. So I was like, I need to do it. The doctor at my annual checkup last year wrote the thing to go get my blood work, and it's been almost a year now and I haven't gone to do it, so I was like, I need to just do it. So I went and did that, but anyway, I grabbed a sock to take with me so I could knit on it, and then they ended up being down a couple of phlebotomists, so it was good that I brought something because it was a little bit of a wait. But yeah, then I had to put it back in my bag like halfway through a row because they called my name to go back and get my blood drawn. I also took Ada to get her claws trimmed today and worked on this same sock for that. So yay for socks. So this one is out of Woolens and Nosh, and this is in the Nevermore colorway. And I did the heel flap out of Patton's Croy in the flax colorway. I think it's undyed, but I thought it was a pretty good match for this, and it made it so that the stripes really didn't get interrupted that much on the front. This part was just slightly shorter than normal. Yeah, but not that much. You can see like this stripe is usually a little thicker, but it ended up being about the same as that one. But yeah, I think this was a good match for it. So yeah, I finished the heel flap, I did the gusset, and I'm actually done with the gusset now, so I'm just gonna knit up through the foot. Hopefully these will be done relatively shortly, or this one will be done relatively soon. That is another thing I've been working on. And then this one, it's another sock. What? See, that's why I said I feel like a sock knitter again, which is weird. Whatever. So these are knit out of Jinx yarns in the, hang on. Okay. Maybe. Now I probably just made my mascara go everywhere. I swear, guys, it's like Floof City. Ugh. Okay. These are Jinx yarns in the Spoopy colorway. So you can see there's like a red-orange speckled stripe and then a green-purple speckled stripe. Oh, I guess this also has some black in it. And then the other stripe between them is black. I did the heel out of Knit Picks Felici in the Midnight colorway. It's just black. And the toe also out of Knit Picks Felici. So this one I've had done for a while. It's been sitting on my cart upstairs next to the bed, so I cast on for the second one finally. After I finished the Regia Perfect socks, I had a pair of sock needles free, so I went ahead and cast on for the second one. And I've already finished the leg, and I am working on the heel flap now. Also have a little stitch marker on there from Dragon Horde Yarns. It's like a little leaf, maple leaf, but it is very much the same colors. So yeah, sock number 2 is going along really well. Again, I should be done with the heel flap and the gusset pretty quickly, and then I'll be zooming down the foot. So maybe 2 pairs of socks will be done next time. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm happy to get that second one on the needles. Good stuff. And then my other travel project that I've been carrying around is this. I think I worked on this during Meg's graduation from 8th grade. So it's my 3x1 ribbed top. It's going to be a tank top. This is out of Plies and Hellhounds on the penny base. This is Book Cart. And again, I've got another Tristan Dragon Horde Yarns marker on there. Yeah, it's not very interesting. I did 1x1 ribbing on the bottom, 3x1 ribbing for the body, and then at the very top here, I'll do a 1x1 rib again, and then the straps. I need to try this on because I feel like I'm getting close-ish. I tried to compare it to my Jessie Made Designs tank, but because that one is a little bit more stretched out than this one, it's really hard to tell. So yeah, I just need to try it on and see how much more I need to do lengthwise before I can, you know, I want to have maybe like that much 1x1 ribbing before I do the straps. So I just need to see where it's at on my body. So yeah, that's that one. And this is where my lip gloss is. If you want a not plastic lip gloss, I highly recommend these. So they are the Axiology Lip to Lid Balmies. I use them for blush and lips. I don't really use them as eyeshadow because I don't think pinks are a good eyeshadow color for me, but they have all different colors. So this is kind of the palette I really like. This one's plum and this one's rose. But I have a really pinky one that I use for blush. But they've got tons, and they go all the way to like a really dark, if you like brick red, or like the almost black, like, what's that called? Like a wine color. They have that too. And they're just like wrapped in a paper. So it's like a little lip crayon and it's wrapped in paper. So you just peel the paper as you go. And when you're done, there's nothing left. So it's really nice. I like those a lot. Yeah, so that's everything I've got in there. And then, do I have any other whips? I don't believe I do. No, because I haven't worked on anything in that one. But I do need to put this sea glass tea back in it. I haven't worked on this week, so it's in exactly the same place that it was last week, but I never put it away after I showed it on the podcast. It's just been sitting there on the floor. All right, so acquisitions. I got a package from Sue, who is Crafty Knitter Sits and Reads. I got the name right. She co-hosts the Distant Stitches podcast with Jaded Knitter, and I won one of their prize packages for their Shop the Stash Mail 2024. I have been putting tons of stuff into that. That one, the Stash Galore 2024, and the Tea Time Mal are kind of the ones I'm doing currently. I also am doing the Halfway to Haunts Cal that Penny Moons is hosting. So if you're interested in any of those, go check them out. I think that Distant Stitches is co-hosting that Cal with two other podcasters. One is the My Yarny Corner, and the other one I don't know. So I need to go back and rewatch their last podcast because they did mention all of them. And I'm on the lookout for new podcasts. So if you have any suggestions for podcasts that you enjoy, leave them in the comments because I want some new podcasts to go watch. Because many of the podcasters that used to podcast at the same time as me have stopped podcasting. Kind of one of the few left of the crew of podcasters that I kind of started at the same time as, which is really weird to think about. So anyway, I'm looking for new ones. So I won this sock set. Oh my god, it's so bright. It is really bright though. This is like neon pink, and this has neon pink in it. It's from Ginger Snap Yarns. It is a bite-sized sock set. It unfortunately doesn't say how many yards this one is. It just gives you a total yardage. So the total set yardage is 336 yards or 70 grams, which is fine. That's more than enough for me to make a pair of socks. I always have a lot left over. Especially if I do contrast heels and toes, so I don't have any worries that I'll be able to make socks out of this, but yeah, I thought they might be kind of fun to make some summer like shorty socks with like stripes on the leg, so like a contrast, what is that, cuff, and then maybe like a couple of stripes of the pink, and then the main sock being this color. The colorway is Will You Be My Nomi? So yeah, you can see it's kind of a candy cane with pink, and then this hot pink as the contrast color. I also got a little set of stitch markers. They're really cute. I haven't opened them up to see what they all are, but there's this little cat and a pumpkin, a little pumpkin, and a little Jack Skellington. Yeah. And they came in a cute little container that I'll probably never get them back into. No, I did. Tiny little container, but this will be perfect for a little notions pouch. Sue also made me one of these yarn to go things. So it's like a, you can hang it on your wrist or on like a mirror advisor or something like that. And you put your yarn on like this little spool, and this is on the bottom, and then it'll twist. I always forget to go from the outside of the ball when I start a new cake of yarn, because I have one of these that my friend Andrea got for me last year, that's made out of wood. I think it's from like Lemon Wood is the name of the company, and it's got like a leather wrist strap, and I always think, oh, I'm going to use that, and then I've already started knitting from the inside of the ball, so I can't do it. So the next pair of socks I do, I'm going to knit from the outside of the ball so I can try one of these out, because these both now, I got to remember to do it. So anyway, Sue does 3D printing, so she has a 3D printer that she got, I think last year at Christmas time, right, Sue? So this is her yarn to go. So she has a shop at the Tangled Skein CA on Etsy. So that's that. And then similarly for the 3D printing, she made me this 3D printed spindle. Is that what these are? Like, it just sits on the table and you put your yarn on there, and again, it has to be from the outside. You can't center pull it, but then it'll twist. I did use this for a mini skein. I don't remember what I was doing with the mini skein, but I put it on the very end, and it worked very nicely. So I just had it sitting on the arm of the couch, and I wound off of it as I was knitting, and it was perfect. So yeah, it comes off. These are two separate pieces, and it's obviously balancing on that teeny tiny little point. It's very quiet. Like, it's flopping a lot because it's not like on a flat surface right now. When it is on the flat surface, it's not noisy. Right now it's noisy. I don't know what's going on with it, because it was not doing this weird stuff before. Maybe there's something in it right now. Anyway, it is a little, I don't like the sound of taking it off and putting it back on, so sorry if you also don't like that. But once it's on, it can stay on. It doesn't have to come off. And then the last thing I got is I got some stickers from Gabby's update for Notions, because she had this adorable crow boy and I needed it. He's so cute. He's just so happy. So this is going to go on my little work notebook. I have like a notebook that I take with me everywhere. It's like it's an arc planner. And I have some stickers on the front of it. So this one is going to go on my arc planner. And then I also got this set of it's like tarot stickers, tarot card stickers, but they are funny tarot card stickers. So you've got like the plant lady, the pumpkin spice latte is that middle one, the resting bitch face, the coffee, the donut, the explorer? Yeah, the explorer, the introvert. It's hard to read these backwards. The pizza, the sloth, the tea, and the witch. So this is the tea. It's like a little skeleton holding up tea, and the witch. I just thought they were so cute. I think it would be really fun to do like a little like journal spread with these cute little fun weird tarots. I really love the donut. That's my favorite one because it looks like they're worshiping the donut. Yeah, so those were a couple fun little acquisitions from Gabby's shop. And she only had a few of these. And of the crow, I think she only had like 4 or 5 of them. So it wasn't very many, but I was very excited that I got one because I want him to be on my notebook so I can see him all the time in his happy little face. Now that I've shown him, I can put it on there. So that is basically everything that I have to share with you for this week. We did not have a Hubble feature this week. I have not found a microphone. I returned the microphone. Hopefully the sound isn't going to be too quiet for this week, but I do still want to get a microphone. I just need to figure out what is the best kind to get. Ideally, I would like one that works with an Android phone. So if you know a good microphone that works with an Android phone that I could use for this type of podcasting, let me know in the comments. I would be happy to check it out. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you all go, and then I can shut my blinds and not have it get disgustingly hot in here. Hubble is dreaming right now. I don't know if you can hear it. It's really fun. It's very messy in this room. So just ignore the fact that over there is very messy. There's just a bunch of fabric I need to put away. Yeah, he's like twitching and wagging his tail and everything. So anyway, until next time, I hope that you all get to take some time to do the things that you love, and I will talk to you next week.